Definitely yes. Prior to CSU, I was interested in the human-animal bond, and there was a lot about, let's say, how animal abuse and human abuse are sometimes linked. So I found out that we can benefit from like human social health in our field as well. And it's not just with the abuse stuff, it's with like everyday life. So a lot of people, they go through tons of stuff regardless of this aspect of things, the veterinary side. And then you add on that, your best friend is sick and doesn't have very long, and you can't really communicate with them in human language. So it gets a little tough. With the Argus Institute at CSU, they were great as I was a student who was, learning so many new things and experiences, meeting new people and situations where sometimes it was tough. And so they were here to help the students, the professors, as well as our clients through this difficult process. For a client, sometimes they're spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on one procedure. From the veterinary perspective, yes, this costs that much. But from their side, it's something very different and very scary. Like, do we spend this money or not? And it's like, it's a life, so life is important. But then, how well is this going to work? Is my animal suffering or not? So I really like that the Argus Institute had that component. They had hospice. It was a cool volunteer program for vet students to go into people's houses and help with hospice care. And so that's how I really got more and more into this aspect. I heard about Caring Pathways through a friend via Facebook. Actually, before I graduated, I had a pretty strong inkling that this is what I wanted to do. Everywhere that I looked, though, it was basically like, oh, you need to have some prior experience with just veterinary medicine in general. So after vet school, be doing like general practice or something. So a little disappointed, like, oh, I might not get this opportunity right now. And then I started looking a little bit, and one day Dr. Alexis, who's also a member of Caring Pathways, I remembered her from when I was at CSU, and she was a hospice manager. But she posted on our class Facebook page to say, hey, if you are looking for a job with end-of-life care, Caring Pathways is looking for someone right now. So I texted her and didn't think she was going to reply, and she instantly replied and actually called me. And that's how we got connected with Caring Pathways. Definitely a lot of personal experience, I think, with that. Because we've had throughout my life, the good end of life and bad end of life experiences with my pets. My parents are also a lot older than I am. I'm 30 right now, and my dad is 89. So I've seen kind of the human side of end of life a lot too. And I just thought that it was a very beautiful gift that we can help with. And it's not just the euthanasia part, but it's the process leading up, trying to give them pain medication, pain relief, or just comfort. And I think that helped a lot of people too. And I thought that end of life is something so, it can be beautiful for people. But then again, I'm a veterinarian, and that's what we see kind of on a daily basis, regardless of if I was in this specific field or not. For the general public, it's something rare and scary most times. And then if your dog's given you so much, or your cat, I think it's very special, and that we should help facilitate that. It is okay to come into this kind of work. I think my classmates all knew that this is what I am really good with, or good at. But everyone else is applying for certain specialties that, like surgery or emergency things, internal medicine, and that's really, really cool. I admire it, and I think it's an honor to know these people. I get a lot of pressure of, really? That's all you want to do is end of life care, really? And so if that is what you want to do, it is okay. I think you bring a lot of value to people and their homes, their lives, for those animals. I'd say that you should try to branch out more into this field if you haven't already. Attending some lectures and stuff like that are more related, talking to the Argus Institute if you're at CSU. And then we're all very open. As I was training throughout this, the first few months of this job, it was beautiful. there's so much guidance, and they remembered, you're a student, or you were a student, so you don't have that clinical experience. Here's what you might be missing. This is what I see. And so it's really nice that they really care about us, and they want us to learn. And so when I started, I thought I was just applying for like a regular vet position, and it turns out they were opening an intern position for me. They made sure that I had enough money to get by the first few months when I was training, where it wasn't based off of production. And that was very considerate. And then now that I am in production, they've told all the vets at our meetings, like, hey, we do keep an eye on how much money you're making or not. I just want to make sure that it's enough. And so I really like that we are watched after. So if you are interested, I would say branch out to anyone who is connected with hospice type stuff. Take cases that you know are gonna be likely be related to euthanasia, and then kind of hone in on those communication skills. But look online, and our website is really good, has so much detailed information, and our number is available to you. You can get connected with us and talk to any of the vets.